guys, and welcome back to my channel. For everybody who's new here, my name is Vanessa. I'm 24 years old and I actually do makeup on Instagram and YouTube. I do have a playlist for my makeup, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. I put it up here. My Instagram is, I will put it up here as well, as taught by Nessa, just like my YouTube name. But today I wanted to talk about something different. As you can see by the title, I want to talk about my skin disease that's called eczema. And it is pretty much a skin disease that is not curable, but also not contagious. So I pretty much inherited it from, I guess, my dad's side. I do have breakout right now. As you can see, my skin looks weird. I have like these weird spots on my skin. This one is actually not that bad. In previous videos you're going to see it worse, but at some point the eczema gets like very bad and very visible, and I do know that people tend to look on my hands, especially when I push the stroller, and they obviously don't know what it is, but it is obviously noticeable, so people just tend to look because of course you can see. Like if I do my videos, I do know when I edit them and I see me holding like a brush like that, then I can see this, and then I'm always thinking like, man, hopefully like the people don't feel like I have some disgusting stuff going on, because to me it looks disgusting. I've had eczema my whole life. Like it didn't just break out at a certain age. Everybody's born with it, but people sometimes don't have it break out until like a certain age. I think I was like around a year old when it started breaking out, which means it started to break out in my face and later on in my arm, like here in my arm and in the back of my knees and pretty much around all my joints, as in like you can see on the finger, like this part is always very bad, inflamed, I would say. And then I do have like a weird wrist going on because this is actually all I used to scratch a lot as a child, and it is scar tissue. It's scar tissue like on both sides. You can kind of see it here as well. It's because I used to scratch a lot. A condition where patches of skin become inflamed, itchy, red, cracked, and rough. Blisters may sometimes occur. So I would say blisters occur when I scratch. After that, I feel like my skin is kind of wounded. So also those blisters are there, but like if I would scratch some more, then definitely some liquid would come out. It sounds kind of but it's not like it squirts out or something. It's just like something that happens, and you know, people with eczema, they actually don't really have a nice life most of the times, honestly, because eczema is, I feel like, a very affecting disease. To me at least. It also is very depending on how your mood is, stress related and all that stuff. So symptoms can like occur when you're like getting mad at something, stressed about something, then you might have worse symptoms and you would have a breakout or you would start itching. Like I know as a child, something would upset me, I would noticeably, I would just start scratching, like regardless where, like it wouldn't matter because it just triggers, like symptoms just trigger it. So like I said, it broke out when I was like a year old. I did get it in my face, and then afterwards it broke out around my body, like back of my knees and like on my elbows and stuff like that. And from that, I did get asthma at some point because my eczema was very, very bad when I was little. But then as I grew older, it kind of got better, but it was always there. I kind of outgrew the eczema at some point, like the severe eczema. And then I did get allergic asthma. I was very allergic to certain types of foods. Like I'm very allergic to all types of fruits besides, I would say, like pineapple, bananas, and that's all I remember, honestly. It sounds horrible, but yeah, I don't eat fruits at all. Like at least I don't eat them raw. I know I can't eat apples. I know I can't eat pears. I know I can't eat strawberries. I don't like strawberries anyways. Like I don't like the taste of them. It's just, I guess, because I am allergic to them at the same time, and cherries and all that stuff. Like I did give my daughter raspberries like today, and that's why my hand kind of looks like that, because I gave them to her and the juice got on my hands and I started itching, and I had to scratch and scratch and scratch, and that's why my skin kind of looks like this red inflamed type of weird. My mom always said it looks like elephant skin because it kind of does. But yeah, like I said, symptoms, and I had an allergic reaction to something, so I started scratching. And I also have a pollen allergy, so when the seasons change and the pollens come out, I am very like allergic to that. I will have a stuffy nose, but that also comes with the asthma, because like I said, I have allergic asthma, so this all goes like hand in hand, I would say. But I would say those allergies I have, as in the fruit and vegetable allergies, because I also have raw vegetables, as in I can't cut tomatoes when they're like raw, but like you usually cut tomatoes raw, but my skin would start itching. Potatoes, the same thing. Celery, I love celery, like the taste of it. I love having that in a salad, because there are certain vegetables and stuff I can't eat, but celery isn't really one of them. I'm highly allergic to carrots. Like when I peel carrots, or skin them, or I guess you say skin them, and I smell, then I start sneezing and stuff, because I'm very allergic to carrots. Like that's really bad. So I'm pretty restricted, or pretty not restricted, but I'm pretty much, I can't really eat a lot of things. As soon as there's nuts in food, I'm allergic to peanuts, for example. Like I can't eat peanut butter for some reason, but I'm allergic to peanuts. And I did have pomegranate. I did buy one pomegranate, like I would say 2-3 weeks ago, and I wanted to eat it so bad because I do like pomegranate juice, but I was able to, eat the pomegranate because it gave me itching in my mouth. So I do have a lot of allergies. Pollen is one of that. I do have a dust allergy, so if it's very dusty, I, have a problem with that. My nose gets stuffy, so I'm very affected by it. Yeah, I just thought I would talk about it, about my channel, and see like how the views on that is, and what people think about it, if there are a lot of like people that can relate and stuff, because anyways, so yeah, I do have a lot of allergies, and I have very limited sources of foods when it comes to raw foods and stuff, because I'm allergic. But for some reason, every single time when my doctor's taking my blood and stuff like that, I'm actually not having any deficiencies. So I'm guessing whatever I'm doing by eating, like I don't have deficiencies, so I'm good. I'm guessing my body is just used to it. So what I pretty much want to talk about eczema is, like I showed it to you, there is like symptoms that infants show that are under 2 years old, and those are like rashes that commonly appear like in the face or on the cheeks or on the scalp, and that's kind of what happened to me. And those rashes can be like extremely itching, and I will kind of like explain to you now how like the whole eczema, like how this feels. So it's kind of like a very strong feeling of I need to itch at a certain area. Let's say I need to, scratch right here. And it's like very important that you don't scratch when you feel like you have to scratch, because I tell you cannot stop. And it sounds like, yeah, right. But like you really can't stop, because the scratching gets worse and worse and worse. Like the pain, it is pain. Like when I scratch, it's a so much like it's like a really relieving feeling to scratch, because it's itching so much, but at the same time it hurts. Like I'm not kidding you, it hurts. Like the scratching, I will scratch like really hard. Like as a child, I scratched so much that I was actually bleeding. That's why they put me at some point in a full body overall, where my hands were like tucked in pretty much. Like I couldn't, so that I don't scratch at night, because but if I would just sleep and I don't have control over my body and what I'm doing, pretty much I would scratch all these areas that are itching, regardless of what lotions I use, because the problem is you can't really find anything that helps against the itching. Like that's the problem. Like it just itches, and you just have to scratch and you just can't stop, and it's like so frustrating because it hurts, but it's so relieving that it's like I have to scratch, I have to scratch, I have to scratch, and you scratch and you scratch it and it feels so good. Like it feels so good, but at the same time it you know you're doing something you shouldn't do. And then you look like this, like you just look like that. And I do have lotions that help. I think there is like a Dead Sea therapy you can do, like with the salt that comes from the Dead Sea, and you can put like certain salts like that in your bathtub, and you take like a bath, and it will take off like all the dead like skin flakes and everything, and it will just kind of give you like a it helps out your skin a lot. So I do have a lotion. It looks like this. I don't really know if it's like available in the States, but it is from the company Salt House. And they do have a body lotion and they do have a shower gel. And it is pretty much a Dead Sea therapy. So it does give the body a lot of, or the skin a lot of moisture, because I do have the driest skin. Like people that are close to me that know I'm like a like a lotion addict. Like I love thick, oily lotion. Like I love anything that's like really like oily and really moisturizing, and it leaves like a whole film of like it sounds disgusting, but like I love that. Like I am a lotion addict. Like I constantly look for new lotions. I constantly use lotions that are not like with a lot of scent. I don't use any types of perfumes or colognes or anything that smells a lot, because I just can't deal with that, and my skin just can't or just doesn't like it. So I am not one of these females you walk past and they have like this whole like cloud of cologne and perfume and all these type of smells. Like I'm just not like, I think I smell very like natural, but I do probably smell like conditioner or something because something is always in my hair. But this kind of smells like lotion, but like there's not really a scent to it, and it is a very like moisturizing lotion, and it has minerals and urea, I don't know, in there, and it is neutral, like the pH level is neutral, and it doesn't have any colors, any silicones, paraffins, and parabens. I do not know if these words are actually the same in English, so I might just say something and you never really know what I meant. But I do really love this. It is like around €5, so it's okay, but it has been tested like with very good. So I do really like that. And this is like very good for my skin, but I do normally use olive oil for my skin, and it's very helping. Like I know when I was little, my mom would always put like olive oil on my whole body because my skin would be so dry that as soon as she would put on it, my skin would just suck it up, and it would just like constantly, like I needed so much hydration for my skin and so much oil because I just have, like I said, I just have a very, very dry skin. So there's that. I do have to hydrate a lot, but like mostly I do have to watch what I eat, because what you eat also affects obviously how your skin is gonna be and your mental state. And pretty much I feel like the worst that was I was little, I think I was maybe in second or third grade, and I guess, I'm not sure, but I feel like I was at my aunt's house and she put some lotion on me, and I scratched the whole night because I did not like my body didn't like, or my skin didn't like the lotion, and I had like an almost like allergic reaction to it, and I was just scratching and scratching and scratching, and like my whole bed was full with like skin flakes and stuff, like dead skin flakes, not like like I didn't really scratch all the way down, but I know I wasn't in school for a very long time because I had to heal from that, and that's where like all the scarring and stuff came from, because that was like really, 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 really bad. And I think I always have been very allergic to things because I know that my mom wanted to she wanted to nurse me, and give me like mother milk, but I was allergic to anything that she ate, or I was just allergic to the nutrients and stuff that was in the milk. So I had to get like this hyper allergic formula, like a formula that you had to buy like in the pharmacy, and it was like really expensive. Like she said, that formula was so expensive. So moisturize your skin a lot and find lotions and stuff that help, taking care of your skin when you have good times, because eczema is kind of like outbreaks. It's not always there, but like it comes like when the season change, for example, or just other factors why you break out. Like I don't really know what exactly the factors are. I just know like when the seasons change and stuff like that. So it's just very, very like unpredictable to me, because it's just when it's there, and then you can't stop it. Like it's just gonna be like less than what it is right now, but then it just gradually and like with time just get worse and worse. And I will always let it get like really bad, because I try to not use cortisone, because cortisone is not like the best thing for your body, and you actually shouldn't use cortisone to treat eczema, but it is very effective when it comes to treating it. So when my skin gets like to a point where it's always inflamed, and it's always like, it gets to a point where I hate washing my hands, because I know as soon as I dry off, my skin is going to be so dry, and it's going to be like tense, and when I move my fingers like that, it's just going to hurt, and it's just going to be like very like burny. And when it gets to that point that I constantly have to use lotion and it's still not feeling better, and I even put lotion on and it's still itching, and I itch, and it just gets to the point where it's like really affecting me mentally, like it's really like making me feel like it's hindering me from doing things, then I do buy this. It is phenylhydrochloride. It is a German brand, or like the cream or the lotion is from Germany. So it is pretty much with hydrocortisone. 2.5 milligrams a gram, and in there is 20 grams. So it's not that much in there, but when I put this on, all the stuff goes back, like when it's very inflamed and stuff, but it doesn't cure the whole thing. Like you will still see these spots and patches, and you will still get itchiness. So, but it will cure it at some point, if you know what I mean. Like it's not gonna like go away all the way, but it will definitely go back. And then you do have to go to your dermatologist. Yeah, dermatologist. And they have to prescribe you a lotion that the people in the pharmacy mix for you, and that's gonna actually help your eczema a lot. And you're actually supposed to always go to the dermatologist, and they change the lotions, and they look at your stuff, and then they know what you need. But I'm not consistent with that, so I do have outbreaks, then I do buy this, use it, and when it's really, really not working out, then I do go to my doctor. But like I just don't easily get appointments with them. So, and it's hard to find a good dermatologist in Germany, as in like the city where I live in, and somebody you trust, because there is the possibility that you put something on your skin and it's still gonna give you like an even worse outbreak, and you are then the person who's just gonna suffer from that, because you're really just not wanna leave the house and stuff. Like I did get it here in like I think when I was like 19, I did get it like around my eyes and in my face, and I went there and they were like, oh, it's not even that bad. I was like, yeah, but I never get it in my face. Like I never get it in my face. And that was like transition to summer. It was summer, and I woke up one day and my whole face was like kind of swollen, and I had a stuffy nose because pollen was out there, and I did get eczema. It was itching, so I was scratching. It was just horrible. It was really, really, really bad for me. So yeah, there is medication that the doctor can prescribe, but just pretty much like lotions and stuff, or antibiotics. But I feel like I never took antibiotics for my eczema. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm dealing with eczema. I'm an eczema person that has eczema. And yeah, just like if you see people, even though if they don't have eczema, but even, if you see somebody and they, have like weird stuff on their hands like this, because like, it just looks weird. Like You know what I mean? Like you can see it, like it is visible, and it is just not nice, and I'm aware of that. But you know, some people just really stare, like they'll be like, and like you can see, okay, I know you're looking at my hands, and it makes you feel like uncomfortable. So just be aware if people have like a weird skin or something is just inflamed on the skin or whatever, please just don't stare, because they know, and they know it doesn't look nice, and it's kind of like not good for the confidence. It is, you know, also goes like on it's like in the head, you know what I mean? So you are very self-conscious about it at some point. So if you like this video and you want to hear more about this, just give me a thumbs up, comment under my picture, and please consider subscribing. I do plan to talk about more stuff like that, like my eczema. I do want to touch on my asthma, but I'm very happy that you made it to the end of the video. If you did make it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Engage on my videos, like that's very important to me. It helps out my channel a lot. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.